I mean, it gave us the momentum that we needed, and we just kept taking it. Like we talk about, you're either taking momentum or you're giving it, but you need to sustain it. And they just didn't stop. Like we talk about, just keep doing what's working, and that kept working. And I think that it built us a cushion. They're a talented team. They're gonna rival with you and get some. They're a great attack, so they're gonna get their shots. But being able to build that lead and really dominate in that first quarter was key.
Yeah, shot selection. What did you just think of the way your team attacked and how they chose to make the extra pass and then attack?
Yeah, I just we talked a lot about ball movement and just tempo of play and just keep working. Like you don't have to look for the the little shot, like just wait, the big shots will be there and those seams and lanes will open, but you just have to be patient, and I think when we were patient just to keep moving the ball, they found the looks that they needed to look, and we were able to execute.
When you were looking through some of those stats, what kind of stood out to you that you maybe didn't realize?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, again, just the run in the first quarter, holding them scoreless for a quarter was great. Winning draws was really important for us, and winning ground balls. Like they're a great ground ball team. Like if you look at them statistically, and like we were hungry for those possessions, and I think the extra possessions really meant a lot to us. We were looking to take a little bit more shots than this, but holding them to 17 was really huge. Just looking at this.
Defensively, what was the focus, the conversation going into today?
Yeah, just discipline, communication, and knowing how to play them. They have the #1 assister in the country, and she's phenomenal. And she's going to feed the ball, but she also can dodge. But we needed to try to force them and dictate them where we wanted shots to come from. And we just did such a good job on our cutter denial and really shutting down, putting a lot of good disciplined pressure on them without fouling. And I think when you can play aggressive but poised defense, you see those kind of results.
How do you make sure that your team gets the message of making sure that you stay physical while also avoiding fouling like that?
Yeah, well, you have to learn that throughout your season. The last time we came here to play Florida, we were in the penalty box for 14 minutes. Like, you're not going to win the game in the penalty box. And, we've been focusing on that, like, postseason. Just, there's a way to be aggressive. There's a way to, play this game at a high level, but not get carded. And they really just were disciplined, to focus on that and communicate at a high level so that they weren't in compromising positions.
Sarah contributes on 8 goals ultimately, as many as Stanford ends up scoring. Just having her, not to say necessarily leading your attack, but when she's out there and competing as aggressively as she was, how just helpful is that to have, and how does that encourage the rest of your team out there?
Yeah, Sarah's game has really grown. Like her being able to be successful, whether she's in a face guard, whether she's just off ball cutting, or whether she's dodging. Like, she's a triple threat now, and I think you saw that in her game. Like, she's a facilitator, she cuts hard, she dodges hard, and she's great at scoring. So her being able to just be patient, and let other people get the work done if she can't, and if she can, other people are facilitating that. So the team play on offense, like if you just look at the distribution of how many goal scorers we have, it's a very selfless team. We always say that one person puts the ball in the net, but 6 people score it.
When it comes to the rematch with Florida, do you focus on just the familiarity with the opponent being less than 3 weeks, or do you try and just focus on, we can't get caught up in the emotions of a rematch, so to speak, and playing a team again? We have to focus on just playing our game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so excited to have the opportunity to be back in this scenario from last year. And, last year we learned a lot. We weren't really prepared for 2 games. And I tried to build a schedule where we were playing more Friday, Sunday, or Thursday, Saturday games to learn how to play like this. And one of our goals was just depth, to continue to work on our depth so that we could, really keep our style and identity of our play, which we like to run and gun, and, we like to take lots of shots. And, I think in the second half of Florida was more of our style of play, but, in this kind of game, you got to be able to really put that together for 60 minutes to be successful. So that's what we're going to try to do on Sunday.
Yeah, how do you make sure that you have a start like this on Sunday?
Yeah, how do we do that? Well, that's a good question. If I knew the answer to that one, I'd be worth $1 million. But you know, it really has to come from the players. You know, like there's not much more you're doing at this point. You know, they know their matchup, they know the game plan. They have to execute it. And you know, I think the leadership that we have on the team is what separates this year. And when you get a group of leaders that have a vision and they believe in each other and they have dreams, they're dangerous on the field. And I hope that's what they'll bring on Sunday.
Awesome. Congrats.